Hey, this is a really crazy story about a World War II memorial that's a beautiful, beautiful painting that's 70 years old that's actually being canceled for being too white and not having enough diversity in it. This comes from Zero Hedge. They have some interesting articles from time to time. Just when you think it couldn't get any more bizarre, they give you this week's absurdity. They do a weekly article on just crazy stuff, and I was just shocked when I saw this. Mural dedicated to World War II vets canceled for being too white. 70 years ago, a decorated veteran from World War II painted a mural on the campus of the University of Rhode Island to honor the fallen who lost their lives in the war. So this is to honor the vets. That's the mural. All right, and there's a more extensive story here. We're going to go into a little more detail too. The 95-year-old artist is actually still alive today to see his work being canceled. I mean, that's straight up not cool. Students complained that the lack of diversity in the mural made them feel uncomfortable. There were too many white people depicted and not enough minorities. Okay. The university quickly bowed to the mob, covering up the painting and plans to remove it entirely. It's ironic that in 2020, questioning the woke mob is liable to have you labeled a bad person. So, a man who had the balls to fight in World War II will actually have his memorial painting destroyed to appease snowflakes who can't even look at a painting without having an emotional fit. So this is the full article from CBS12.com. Nearly 70-year-old mural taken down at University of Rhode Island for lack of diversity. Man, this is so crazy. All right, let's get into this article. Before we do, if you can support my work, that would be great. The way you do it is subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications. This way you get to see all these interesting art, pop culture, comics-related stories, TV, movie stuff, all kinds of stuff. So a mural painted nearly 70 years ago at the University of Rhode Island is set to be taken down after staff said students complained about a lack of diversity in the painting. Now, that's the mural. Okay, I don't have to watch video, but we can see they covered it up with this Rhode Island tarp. That's the mural. You can see it. I mean, come on. It's a 70-year-old mural. The artist is still alive. At least maybe wait until the artist is dead or something. They had use of the mural for what, 70 years almost? So they can't respect the guy enough for having utilized his mural and his work and his effort for almost 70 years. They couldn't have kept it. This is not good for culture. It's not good for society. Okay, so it was done in 1954. Was the dedication of the Memorial Union at the University of Rhode Island. When veterans returned from World War II and enrolled at URI, they and other community members raised money in memory of those who lost their lives in the war. Money raised was for a modern student union, which gave it the name Memorial Union. Arthur Art Sherman was a decorated returning veteran and a member of the class of 1950, a predominantly all-white class. Less than 2,000 students overall attended the university. Okay. Originally, he was asked to draw cartoon-like murals in a Quonset hut that served as an earlier site for the Students' Union, but in 1953, as the current Memorial Union was being completed, the building's manager asked him to paint more murals in the building's new grounds. Okay. Oh, I love painting that. Yeah, Sherman, who's now 95 years old. I never had any formal education in painting, by the way. I just used the cartoon. The murals depict servicemen returning to Kingston, a class reunion, URI commencement, a South County beach scene, and students piled into a jalopy, which is like a broken down car, if you didn't know, wearing sweater letters. Okay. Letter sweaters. Well, it depicted that era, said Sherman. A lot of students, friends of mine, would come by and say, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? So that's what I did. So everybody chipped in. Okay, it's cool. The mural has been left untouched for 70 years. On a few occasions in his younger years, Sherman touched them up a few times, but it will soon be gone for good. It really depicts a snapshot in the time of the university's history. important history showing a person returning back to campus from World War II and other historical moments. Literally back from World War II. A lot of people made a lot of sacrifices in World War II. We could honor their work, especially an actual veteran. Said the Vice President of Student Affairs, Kathy Collins. We've made a really difficult decision as we aim for the university's future and we think about who our students are today and who our students are going to be tomorrow. Well, they should be students who learn to respect this great artist and this veteran is what they should be doing. It's a teaching moment. This is not the right kind of lesson. Collins said she'd been working for URI for the last 4 years and has received complaints from students. So she's behind all this Kathy Collins. Don't bother her, by the way. Don't look her up on Twitter and see what she's tweeting, although I am curious myself. I have received complaints about the murals that portray a very homogeneous population. Predominantly the persons painted and depicted on the wall are predominantly white, and that does not represent who the institution is today. Well, it's not a newspaper. It's a moment in time. There were moments in time. I mean, there still are moments in time. It's part of our history. Okay, some of our students have even shared with us that they didn't feel comfortable sitting in that space. Fine, so don't sit there. And then talk to a psychiatrist. Pamela Sherman, Art's daughter, said her family does not agree with the decision to remove the mural. And this is what they covered it with, psychos. It's an opportunity for the University of Rhode Island to do the right thing. It's an opportunity for them to capture a moment in time in their history, obviously. It should be, let's look at our history. Let's maintain the timeline of that history over many generations, she added. We would love to see new artwork, but let's put them alongside and show a timeline of the evolution of the campus, an evolution of the university. Let's show it as a timeline and how it's changed over the years. Sherman said for many years her family of long-standing alumni, which included her father, who went on to be a professor of physical education at the university, have enjoyed the murals. Her dad, Art, worked at URI for about 30 years. So this guy, he was a veteran, he painted the mural, and he went on to work there for 30 years, and their family is alumni of the college, meaning that, of course, they'd gone to the colleges for years. It's terribly upsetting, and we grew up with those murals being there, she said. It's an opportunity for the University of Rhode Island to embrace its history. It's an opportunity to show a timeline, a progression, and a change over decades. And we never want to forget our past. No, of course not. According to URI, they wanted to start the school year without the mural. Oh, my God. I think we have to recognize the horrible incidents and tragic murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and most recently... Okay. Jacob Blake was not murdered. He was shot. Kenosha, Wisconsin, during this heightened time, as an institution, you have to look at the systems in place across the institution. It's art, Ms. Collins. Right now, big banners cover up the murals that are painted on plaster on 2 of the walls. Collins said the wall could be taken down, and in its place could be a digital wall. Yeah, make it a digital wall so you can constantly update it. There you go. So then it'll never be out of style with whatever you guys want to push in the next agenda. A photographer took pictures of the murals before covering them. That's a good idea. Certainly, pictures of these murals will be included in any celebration of the space and place that is Memorial Union, said Collins. I hope this woman gets fired. Seriously, this is insane. This is not at all to say that the dedication and the work that Dr. Sherman has done for this institution we recognize, and we'll always recognize that going forward. Wouldn't it be a mistake if we look back 100 years from now and say, isn't it a tragedy we lost this artwork, said Sherman. Yeah, it will be. It's not going to be 100 years. It's going to be 10 years max. It's like any work of art, especially a painting, seeing a picture of it, there's just no comparison with seeing it live. Well, if they're going to put up a digital screen, can't they remove the plaster and cut the wall? They should. I can't imagine someone would want to pay to do that. It can't be that much money. When asked what he thought about his murals being removed, he said, that's a good question. Time goes by and things change. Because he's chill. He's 95. He was in war. He's lived a long life. He's like, look, you want to take my art, do what you want to do with my art. He's a cool guy. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you think they should have taken this down? I mean, I hope you would say no, but sometimes I get contrary comments, which I appreciate those too. And whatever you really think of it, let me know what you think in the comments below. I do appreciate that. Speaking of art, if you want to support my work further, aside from subscribing and clicking the bell for notifications, which is a huge help, you can get a copy of College of the Dead Graduation Day. Go to collegeofthedead.com and check out my graphic novel. I created and published this. It's an incredible, very well done, ongoing full-color series. The current book is College of the Dead Graduation Day. That's book 2. Book 1 is the prequel, and that one actually was done in black and white. It's also really well done. Both of those books are in print, and they ship immediately. And also, sign up. This doesn't cost you anything at epicmermaids.com, so we can send you an email when The Mermaids is released. It's an ongoing 48-page full-color graphic novel. It's really well done, and it's a very, very cool series. It's kind of like Game of Thrones with mermaids. It's really, really well done. I think you'll love it. All right, I'll see you again with another video, and if I don't see you, I will miss you.